Hey guys, this is Scrim from GosuGamers. I'm live here at the WEC 2014. With me is EternaLEnVy. How's it going?
It's okay.
It's okay. You're pretty much in the you're in the grand final. It should be better than okay.
It should be. Well, I usually don't feel too much before tournament's over. Then there's usually the emptiness because you lost, or happiness then. But yeah, I don't feel too much during the tournament unless you play a really hard, difficult game. But the last two games we played were like kind of easy-ish, so you don't really feel that happy when you win those games.
It was pretty convincing. Did you expect to go through the grand finals so easily, almost?
Against VG? No, I didn't. But after the first game, so I actually thought we were gonna lose because before the games, Ice to Slice, like we both have different rooms to practice. You can switch though, but like usually we're there and they're there, and I was practicing for like 3 hours because I came really early and no one was there. And then the 4th hours I started to think more about picks, like writing them down. And Ice to Slice was standing right behind me, and he actually looked at my picks for like a good minute before I realized anything. So I was like, oh, we're actually fucked. And my team didn't show up till like 12:40, and everyone was stressing me out. They're like, oh, like 11:30, they're like, where's your team? Where's the place team? Where's your team? And I was like, I don't fucking know. And then when they came, like they had like diarrhea and everything, so like I was stressed out. I actually just like, I lied on the floor and just listened to music on max. And I was like, fuck this for like 10 minutes. And I was relaxed after that. But yeah, I thought we were gonna lose.
Maybe you should do that more often, like share your picks to the opponent, just you know.
They didn't realize what we wanted. Like, they didn't ban the heroes I was gonna pick. Okay. They should have banned Visage Tinker. I purposely was like, I wrote Visage Tinker.
Oh wow. Maybe he didn't use it. Like he thought it would be unfair to do it after he saw it.
No, that's just dumb. I think it's like you just go for a win.
Well, you're in the grand finals. It's looking to be like your second title only, I think, with this team. I think so far it's only been second places, if anything.
Yes.
Yeah. Any pressure at all?
I don't know. I felt a lot of pressure today in the morning from all that. It really depends. Like you wake up, you don't get like I wake up. Maybe Bone wakes me up with a nightmare again. He woke me up 2 days ago actually. He was screaming again. Maybe he'll wake me up, and then I wake up and like I don't know, I forgot to charge my phone or something. My phone's dead, and then Pie's sick. I don't know, like something like that might happen. Every time I come to China, something terrible always happens.
Yeah, but compare this trip to your other trips to China. Is it worse, better?
It's a lot better, but that's because the team is handling the pressure more. Like they're not making excuses when like, oh, let's say someone's sick, or like they feel down and they like, oh, if we lose it's because we're sick or whatever. Like everyone's really motivated to win, so it's going a lot better. But as for everything else, like the hotel's a lot nicer, but for us gamers, like I don't really care about any of that except internet, and the internet's never working for me. So
yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I see you also built like your own Ghetto setup with like the box of cans and stuff, and your computer on a box as well. At one point, are you going to travel with your own chair?
I really should. I've been thinking about it, but like it's so silly that you play without armrests on your chair, and like the chair's not adjustable height and the monitor's not adjustable height, so I always have to like bring pillows or like cans or boxes or whatever to sit on. Like even on the main stage, the monitor wasn't adjustable, so I had to like put mouse pads below it.
Well, as long as it works out, I guess. You have some fans there. So this is your first tournament, or your first major tournament anyway, with your new player Feda. How's he integrated into the team so far?
I think the last 2 days, his integration was like mediocre. But then today he showed what he showed in scrims. Because in scrims he was ownage. I was really happy. But then I think it was like kind of choking the last 2 days, so he did okay. And today he destroyed, I think.
In terms of individual skill, or in terms of like interacting and communicating with the team?
He's pretty damn high individual skill. It's like 6.9k MMR, stuff like that. But definitely the big upgrade is the communication. Like and not just the communication, it's more like he'll be more responsible for the play. Like if we lose a game, like he'll blame himself, or he'll look at things that he did wrong and try to improve. like he'll practice heroes we want him to practice, and he'll think of new ideas to incorporate into our team, and he'll talk about how our team, like he was on a different team obviously, so we have to like not only does he incorporate stuff from us, we also incorporate stuff from him, and he tells us, you know, like we shouldn't talk this way, we should talk this way, or we shouldn't think this way, we should think this way, and like he just talks more during the game as well, so it's much easier to play.
Yeah. In your announcement, well, when you announced him as a new player, you talked about how he's going to take on more like of a captain or in-game call kind of role. Is that actually like true?
I mean, he's definitely talking in game, but he did picks and scrims and he raped, and then we did picks against our first two officials. I thought we were gonna like crush. We played against Alliance and VP. I was pretty confident against both teams as we beat everybody in scrims except EG, like even. And then he just like I told him like I didn't want to help him too much because he was a new captain, but I told him specifically what they're looking at, because we played against them in scrims. I checked in scrims like what we did. I'm like, they're gonna ban Rasta. Like, you should be prepared. And then they banned Rasta, and our bonus time went to 60 seconds in the first phase, and I was like, what the fuck, dude? We're not prepared at all. And in the second game against VP, the only hero they played good is Tinker, and then they got Tinker first, but we didn't ban it. Like, and then when they picked Tinker, we paused, like we panicked, and we lost bonus time again. We didn't, even though like Fata was confident against Tinker, but it's not like he had a plan against it anyway. So I don't know, it's just too lazy. So now I'm back to draft.
Yeah, I was just going to say that's why you're back to drafting. Looking back on TA4, how did you guys handle being eliminated there, especially considering that game 3?
I mean, it's like when you get eliminated from ESL or DreamHack, like for, the first one of the first things that come to your head is like, oh, we lose like this, like how the fuck are we gonna win TI or something like. But when you lose TI, even though we lost like that, like it's over. You know, it's like it's. So it was kind of hard, like especially Bone was pretty angry, but like still though, it's over. Like it's like you feel really relaxed. It's kind of weird. You feel really sad, but you also feel really relaxed.
Was there someone specific on your team that was able to like just lift the spirits, or were you all like collectively thinking, okay guys, we have to move on, we have to aim for TI5?
That's so stupid. Like if someone said it to me, I'll slap them. Like everyone should like. I mean, everyone like when the year is over, that for Dota players, the year is over when TI is over. Like there's a lot of thoughts in your mind. Everyone needs to throw whatever to work out. Everyone like I just went alone and walked around. Everyone's emo.
So I want to have your opinion on like the new teams, because actually Cloud9 and EG are pretty much the only teams that didn't really change all too much. What do you think of the new teams, especially Alliance, which is basically your former teammates? They changed around.
I consider Misery one of the best players in the world, but that's skill-wise. I don't consider him that personality-wise, so he's pretty ownage. But like long-term, I'm not sure. But he's a pretty good big up. I think he's really good. And then Chelsea, he tried out for EG, he didn't make it. So obviously he needs some, like he was the best Hon player, like one of the top Hon players forever. So he's definitely really talented. He's kind of young, I think, so, and he's motivated. So we'll see. But like S4 is so fucking good. So like, we'll have to see. Like Chelsea maybe has a talent, but he's gonna need the right atmosphere and stuff. It's kind of hard playing for a team that's won TI when everyone looks at you. Like because when you lose, everyone's gonna look at you because your team is supposedly so good.
I think they're under a lot of pressure. What about the other teams, the Secret Team, for example, or Team Tinker?
We haven't scrimmed once against Team Tinker. I've tried, but they don't want to play.
Why?
I don't fucking know.
Okay.
And then for Team Secret, we're like 8-1, 7-1 against them in scrims. Against us, they're not very good. I actually think they're really bad, but I talked to them and they said they actually do really well in scrims against everyone else. So definitely, like you see their players, like they're fucking good. Yeah. But everyone doesn't play their own. Like no one's used to their roles except Puppy. Puppy's playing his own role. Like Kuroki and Fly are like kind of switching every now and then. They were playing support or carry, and like I don't know. It's kind of difficult for them. They're gonna need a lot more time. Yeah.
What about the new Navi? I mean, they were pretty strong online, but on this LAN they didn't really impress.
Well, like they're obviously not the old Navi as in like the second place TI Navi or whatever, but like in comparison to the old Navi of this year, I mean we can't. It can only get better. Almost. I mean I can't. I mean they're replacing Kuroki and Puppy, so, but they're scrimming. what the fuck? like we scrim against them. That doesn't actually make sense. Like we're like we see him looking for a scrim. I was like, all right, Navi's looking for a scrim because they don't look for scrims before TI. Like before really important tournaments, they might scrim, they might not. But even before important tournaments, right now they have like a set schedule. It seems like always every day 16 CET. I talked to FNG actually. Because I wanted to scrim him at 19 CET and 18 CET had a match, and I was like, "Are you sure? Do you want to take a break after a match?" He's like, "No."
What?
We play. I was like, for sure. I was like, okay.
Well, I guess he was pretty motivated with Power Rangers as well, so maybe he brought that onto his new team.
I think that guy is. I have a lot of respect for him. He tries really hard, and he's kind of he's really smart. I think.
Do you actually think that Power Rangers without him still have a chance?
Well, they went 1-1 against Tinker recently, so I mean I'm not sure what that means actually. At Tinker, like they 3-1 Navi, so that was pretty impressive. And then they were the first team to win a tournament since CI, and then I think recently they won 1-2 against Moscow 5, and then 1-1 against PR. So yeah, I'm not sure what's up with that. But
they actually have like some. Oh really? Oh nice.
I mean everyone does well in scrims. Like everyone's even in scrims, except us. But even us, we're like barely ahead. So.
Do you have like some sort of like secret, some team that nobody has on their radar, which you think would do well? Because the public doesn't always see what people do in scrim, so you might have some insight.
We don't really scrim against any teams that aren't in the know. I think the Chinese teams are like OGC deck or whatever, but I mean that doesn't really count. I don't know. For the Western side, I don't really have anyone.
Okay, what's your impression on the Eastern side then? Because so far VG Gaming has also been rather impressive. LGD CDC does well online. They didn't do well this tournament, but obviously they're still unexperienced, I guess.
I think newbie Rabbit's a better player than Zhao, but like you can never know what Zhao brings to a team. That guy is infamous for his leadership, and that's usually more important. I think that's really difficult to find someone who's well spoken and like knows what to do. But I mean, Rabbit's fucking good. I don't know actually what the trade-off is. For the other teams, if you look at OGD's lineup, they're fucking good. Like Sylar, Faith, MMY. In July, I don't really know too much about, but he seems pretty good. Oh, I forgot the last player. Yao, yeah, that guy's good. So, like, I looked at their team, I was like, damn, this is gonna be a scary team. But they've been losing, so yeah. As for VG, I think Ice is a lot better than ROTK skill-wise. Once again, ROTK is a captain. I don't know what that means. But it seems like FY is doing a really good job picking. Except against, I don't like their picks against us, so it's kind of weird. I didn't feel like, I think the first game was like, there was zero chance of winning. I didn't see them winning at all. And the second game was, their picks were actually pretty good. But so, as for Black versus Sylar, I mean, I respect Sylar more, but I mean, but Black's a good player. He's pretty good, but I'm not sure, like long term how it's gonna go, because I guess he'll just talk to Ice, and Ice will translate for ideas around the game. Yeah. For in game, like you just need like go back. That's fine.
Do you think that's actually going to be an issue at long term? The fact that he can't really properly communicate with them.
Well, if he fights with Ice, yeah, that's the only way, right? Like if him and Ice are friends, then it wouldn't be that hard. I think it'll be fine.
Well, thanks for the interview. Do you have any shoutouts?
No, I think it's okay. Shout out to my, I give shoutouts every like interview, and at one point you think it's like overdue. Yeah. But shout out to Cloud9, shout out to my team, HyperX, Logitech, Alienware, Need for Speed, Air Force Reserve, and shout out to my stream. I've been streaming recently, whatever. Shout out to Enran, Spirits, The First Noob, I'm Dying, Torn Chieftain, Holy Diver, and Frosh.
You actually know your stream viewers?
Well, I know my moderators.
Oh, those are my. Oh, okay, that makes sense, I guess. Yeah. Thanks.